I don't think anyone really wanted to make someone cry. Or was that like, if you did that, that was like,
I'll give you one example. I'll give you one example. I remember Rich Voss was dating this girl, and they came to the table. We were all there. And she sat down, and he sat down. We all were having a good time. We all busted balls, whatever. A week later, that girl came back by herself because she had such a great time last time we were at the table. And she sat down, and we all were just sitting there. And then Patrice at one point just looked at her and goes, "Excuse me, miss. Hi, how are you? Are you giving Voss any pussy?" Oh. And she went, "What?" And she goes, "Are you giving Voss pussy? Are you banging Voss?" She's like, No, we dated a couple. He's like, "Okay, all right. Are you anybody here?" And she was like, we're all laughing. She's laughing. No. And he goes, "All right, well, you got to go. You got to beat it because you can't." And then I think it was Keith was like, "Yeah, you got to go. You got Donnie Brasco'd in by Rich Voss. You can't just come here." And she was like, "What?" And everybody's laughing, but she was laughing, and then it kept going and going and going. Yeah. And then she turned away, and then she turned back in tears. She goes, "Fine, I'll leave." She got up. The whole restaurant shut down, like quiet, and we're all looking at her, and she goes, "Bye." And then as soon as she said bye, everybody went. And we all applauded.
Applauded what?
Her crying her scene that she just did, and then
it was like this badge of honor. How mean you could be, and how much you didn't care.
But that's not good.
It was
because we've been trying to tell you. For
that's what trying to tell you.
No. Wait. She's a civilian.
Yeah,
she's
but
not one of you guys.
That's why. Yeah, but you can't sit at the table.
Rules, Ricky. There's no rules.
Ricky, you can't sit at the table.
There's no rules.
You're Donnie Brasco'd in. Voss isn't here. You're not banging anybody else. You gotta go. That's the whole point.
I saw Patrice get mad at Jim one time, and I agreed with Jim. I was like, "Why the fuck is Patrice?" And then that made it even more like unsettling. Like I don't even know where the rules are here.
Yeah.
Like Jim was on a date, and fucking Patrice was fucking trying to get Jim's attention, and Jim was so afraid that Patrice was going to say something so rude it was going to fuck up his pussy for the night, so he's ignoring him. And at that time, Jim was opening for fucking dice on the road, so Patrice starts yelling to Jim in this dice character.
Oh!
Yeah, going, "Hey, Jim, let's go to the mall." Oh! Like saying shit Dice would say on the road to him. So we're all dying laughing, and the woman he's with is hearing Jim's name and not seeing Jim turn around. She's figuring it out, and finally Jim went over and said something to Patrice, like, "Patrice, I'm trying to fucking get laid." And he went over there, and then Patrice got mad.
Yeah.
And then was trying to tell me for an hour why he was right. And the whole time in my head I was like, "No, Jim's right. You were totally cock-blocking him, and he wouldn't do that to you." And then it just was like, and it was basically everybody had their own fucking set of rules.
So the rules was you couldn't if you got moralistic and said, "No, who's right?" Then you've broken the rules and you're in the wrong, are you? Do you know what I mean?
Everybody is wrong and everybody's right. It was fucking chaos, and that's why it was like it was not. It's not something to.
But I suppose that wasn't nice. Then you didn't like it. You didn't.
Well, here's the thing: if there were rules, then you could know where the fucking next thing was coming. But the fact that there was no fucking rules, you just sort of walk in, going, "I don't know what's going to happen."
Yep.
The funniest thing about Patrice said one night, he came walking in and he was trying to slink in. He was on the whole other side of the fucking olive tree. And then Patrice yelled, "Hey, Eddie, I see you." Something, Eddie, something, blah, blah, blah. And he said his thought was, "Fuck, he saw me."
Yeah.
And then he just knew. It was like, all right, this is going to be at least 20 minutes long unless this person walks in not knowing Patrice is here or whatever. It was just literally bullying. It was just schoolyard bullying. There was nothing productive about it.
But isn't that where comedy...
I
disagree.
I
disagree with that. There's nothing productive about it. I think it was actually...
I think we lied to ourselves.
I think it was. It was funny. It was some of the best times of my life. The time that I got smashed for wearing a fucking evening gown. If they didn't make fun of me for that, I would have fucking.
I agree.
Never ever. I
agree with that.
But if you'd have, what would they have said to you that made you fucking cry? You wouldn't.
That almost made me cry. Because it was 45 minutes in the car and it never ended.
For wearing shit trousers.
I can't remember what they said, but it was each one was funnier and funnier, and they were having such a good time.
At your expense.
It brought me back to when I was a kid.
Well,
I used to get bullied.
Yeah,
but I'm glad that they did that because.
So you'd stop wearing cat suits.
But yeah, I mean,